I'm Marcy Barron, and this is Mondays with Marcy. I'm your homeward bound guide to everything 5D living. I can't wait to share with you tips and tools to guide your personal transformation so that you can live a life that thrills you. Hello, and welcome to Mondays with Marcy. I am Marcy Barron, your host, and today on our journey through the chakras, we are going to be talking about our third eye chakra. Our third eye chakra is our energetic center of thought, imagination, and our psychic gifts. And it's our ability to focus on and see the big picture. So it's located on the forehead between the eyes. It's also called the brow chakra. And it deals with, as I said, intuition, imagination, wisdom, the ability to think and make decisions. Its color is indigo, its element is light, and there is no animal totem. And the organs and body parts associated are the eyes, the ears, the sinuses, the lower part of the brain, and the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is the gland that is tied to our intuition, our inner vision, right? So our two physical eyes see outward, and our pineal gland, or our third eye, is the inward tuning, the way to go in. So let's take a look at your third eye. And if you have any of these, it's indicative of an imbalance in your third eye chakra. So tension, headaches is indicative. Feeling lost, overthinking. How many people are constantly living in their head, overthinking, overanalyzing? Migraine headaches, anxiety, nightmares, sinusitis, which is like, your sinuses are always backed up and infected. Any kind of vision problems, physical problems with the eyes, constant worrying and that mental chatter again. No connection to your intuition is one aspect. And then some people have the intuition, but then they don't trust their intuition. So there are many women that I work with that they know what they know. They feel that they have this sense of intuition, but then they don't trust it. And they have to constantly ask, other people, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? So your third eye chakra is closed if you feel disconnected from your intuition and you don't feel like you have any. You feel lost when it comes to your spiritual purpose and your path in life. And you often get that heavy feeling in your head. You get headaches and you feel tension in your brow area often. And your third eye chakra is open when your intuition is your constant guide and you trust it. So it's like, I hear my intuition and I trust her guidance. You have a strong sense of your own inner truth, and you listen to and follow it as it guides you on your life path. And you act on confidence based on your intuition, right? So there are very often two kinds of people. There are the people who are constantly in their heads, constantly overthinking, overanalyzing, critical of what's going to happen. And then there are the people who are able to go in, still their mind, still their body, and able to hear their intuition and then trust their guidance. So it is something that can be worked and connected, and like meditation is a major way to open up your third eye chakra. And there's something called the clairs. The clairs are the ways that you're able to pick up on psychic information. And there are people who have many of them. There are people who have all different kinds of the clairs, which are the ability to pick up of what isn't typically able to be sensed with the physical eyes, right? It's like everyone's senses, and what we're so programmed to tune into are what we can see, hear, taste, smell, and feel. But there are so many different types of psychic abilities that are called the clairs. And again, we are not able to really talk about these. Most people aren't aware of them, but they are able to be accessed if you A, know about it, and B, you're able to develop the clairs of your intuition. All right. So the first clair is clairaudient. You actually can hear someone talking in the ears, in the mind, and they are usually even and calm. So they can come from like just clear ears, in clear hearing, I should say, through your ears. And it could be like you actually hear it, or it could come through the mind. All right. Clairvoyance is the ability to see with an image or a scene. So that is, and people have heard of that, like the clairvoyance. You're able to see images, and they very much are clear visions. Clairsentience comes through as a feeling. So it's a gut instinct. It's able to feel what's going on before anything. This is something that is like, I've walked into a store, I've felt the energy in there, and I've turned around. And for some people, it can show up as chills. Some people, it can show up as physical ailments. Some people, it can show up as like a throat tightening. Clairsentience, I think, is the most common, and it is something I definitely have. The other one is Claircognizance. And that is a person who is just literally able to have downloads. It's an immediate download from our intuition, just like when you download like a large amount of information into your computer's hard drive. It happens in a few seconds. And you are able to just literally get the information, and then you're able to trust it. So, and then there's a lesser known one called Clairgustance. That is clear smell and clear taste. I think there might be two different names, but I kind of group them as one. And an example of Clairgustance is, I know someone who, he went into his house and he smelled apple pie baking. So much so that he went to the oven, opened the oven, and he lived alone. He's like, who's baking apple pie? And nobody was baking apple pie, but this was a sign from his grandmother, who always had baked apple pies for him. So he had like this clairgustient experience, of apple pie. And it's also reported too, like, this actually did once happen to me. I was in a room, I was on a retreat that I was attending, and all of a sudden I smelled roses. I was like, who's wearing roses? Like, where are the roses? Where are the roses? And it just like came on really strong. And then literally within a few seconds, someone walked into the room with roses. So that might be something that you might be experiencing. One thing about the pineal gland that I really want to impart is that fluoride calcifies it. Your pineal gland, which is the seat of your soul, it's full of crystals, and it makes melatonin, but it's really the seat of your soul and the energetic center of your third eye. It's in the center of your brain. When you use fluoridated toothpaste, when you drink fluoridated water, it calcifies your brain. It makes it hard, but your pineal gland should be spongy. So stop using fluoridated toothpaste, stop drinking fluoridated water. And again, it's always these mixed messages that we receive. Oh, you need fluoride, and oh, you should, It's found to calcify your pineal gland. And again, why wouldn't people want you to hear your intuition and trust its guidance as your own guiding force? Who knows? But know that you are sovereign and you can decalcify your pineal gland. All right, so we're going to just wake up our third eye. So all you have to do is literally just start tapping in between your eyebrows. Just above the eyebrows, take a breath in and let it out. Deep breath and let it out. And what I like to do is I like to take my fingers, and it's like I'm literally like if I was taking my eyelids and like pushing open a closed eye and opening it up. Take a breath and let it out. And keep tapping. You opened. And now we're going to imprint some affirmations. And you can repeat after me out loud or in your mind. I am intuitive. I trust my intuition. I trust the guidance I get through all of my gifts. It's safe to follow this guidance. I am my higher truths. I am clear. My thoughts are calm and peaceful. I know my own voice. I have a healthy mind. I have a creative imagination. I am connected to my true path and purpose. All of the answers I need are inside of me. I easily hear the voice of my soul. I embrace all of my psychic gifts and my clairs. I let my sixth sense guide me. I hear my inner voice. I have unlimited possibilities. I am my spiritual truth. My mind is calm. I embody all of my spiritual gifts. I hear my intuition. I trust my inner teacher and I follow their guidance. Take a breath and let it out. And just tune in to the voice of your soul. Maybe ask it a question or something that you have wanted more information about and see what comes up. I hope you enjoyed this week's Mondays with Marcy. There's going to be a guided meditation in the show notes on YouTube if that's something you would like. And if you think this would be helpful, please forward it to someone who needs it. Thank you and have a beautiful day. See you next time. That's it for this week's episode of Mondays with Marcy. Be sure to subscribe to my newsletter at marcybaronclears.com. I also would love for you to follow me on your favorite podcasting app so that you don't miss a single episode. I'm Marcy Baron, and thanks for listening. I am so grateful you are here.